The two teams at the center of the floor, 10,004 on their feet, and here standing by to bring you all the action once again, Mr. Ray Layne. Okay, Chris Mcclure, thank you so much. As the opening tip-off, it slipped back into the backcourt of Michigan State. Vincent came up with it, handed to Berkovich, and Berkovich comes across the line. In the fourth court on the left side, to Vincent, backdoor pass for Kelser. It was too far for him, bounces out of bounds. We've got a first turnover, and Ohio State will take over. Well, they tried the backdoor play that time. It'll be interesting, Chris, to see if Michigan State's Kelser and Vincent can stay with Williams and Smith under the boards, or else they have to go outside a little bit as far as the shooting department. Here's Williams, turnaround jumper about 8 feet from the right of the basket, just about 2 steps away from the baseline. It was good, and Ohio State takes a 2-0 lead. Sort of a modified press put on. Johnson crosses the timeline, guarded by Ransey. Now Penn comes out to take a look at Berkovich. Kelser left side, and now it's Johnson in the circle, decides to hand off to Charles. Atop the circle, back to Berkovich on the right side. Kelser drives the lane, puts up a 15-footer. Good! And Kelser's got his first two, and we've got a 2-2 ball game. First of all, Ray, the back door was open a little bit there, but the Ohio State Buckeyes are leaving it open because they're playing man-to-man. Ransey, 18-footer, left side, too strong. Fight for the rebound. Vincent comes down with a rebound. Hands off to Irvin Johnson across midcourt. An illegal dribble. Johnson was looking for a man to pass to. As he did, he made the commitment. An illegal dribble just as he got into the forecourt. So our second turnover by the Spartans, and Ohio State puts it in play on the near side of the court. In the backcourt, Todd Penn brings it up. He's not a great shooter, but a pretty good floor man. The shooter in the backcourt is Ransey. Drives baseline, right side on Berkovich. Decides not to try to go. Out to Ransey. Goes to the circle, passes to Penn, right corner. And blocked that time by Kelser. Knocked out of bounds. Good defensive play by Kelser. Irvin Johnson had fallen down trying to cover Ransey. Ransey got to the top of the key, was picked up by Kelser, passed to the corner, and Kelser still got over for the block, 20 feet away. Tremendous play. 6'2" Carter Scott puts it in play. Ransey right side with the ball. Guarded there by Charles. Pass over to Penn on the left side. Now dribbles right side at the top of the circle. Reverses that dribble. Comes out to Williams. Back to Penn. Quickly to Ransey. 20-footer right side. No good. Fight for the rebound. Off the fingertips of Smith. Into the hands of Vincent. Give it to Irvin Johnson. Goes down the left side. He'll try an 18-footer. Yeah! Johnson connects for his first 2 points. Michigan State with a 4-2 lead. Ohio State taking the ball in play. Berkovich moves up now in the backcourt. So does Charles, trying to take it away from Penn. Penn gets around Charles. Moves it into the forecourt on the right side. Gives off to Ransey. Still on the right side. Bounce pass into Williams. Turn around. Shot is blocked by Vincent. Comes down to Johnson. Johnson forecourt. Pass to Vincent. 15-footer right side. Yeah! Vincent hits for his first two. 6-2 ball game. First put on modified press by Michigan State. Penn brings it up slowly. Guided by Berkovich. Double team by Charles. Still in the backcourt to Ransey. Ransey steps over into the forecourt on the near side. Passes back to Penn. High at the circle. Dribbles right. Reverses dribble left side. Back out to Ransey. Trying to find somebody open in the post down there. They got Williams and Smith. Smith high. Williams down low. Pass now. Comes to the right side to Williams. His pass intended for Ransey under the basket. Off his fingertips. Out of bounds. First turnover by the Buckeyes. Michigan State puts it in play. Berkovich, left side, gets into the forecourt. Watched by Penn. Pass to Kelser. Kelser directing now as he picked up a message from the bench. Weak side same. That's the word out from the coaching staff. Turnaround jumper by Johnson. Right-hander was shy and brought down that time. It was semi-block. He wanted to fall but didn't get it. The Bucks got it back. Carter Scott came down with it. Ransey now top of the circle. Dribbles left. Watched by Johnson. Passes off to Carter Scott to Penn. Right side back to Scott at the circle. Pass attempted that time for Williams. No good. Stolen by Michigan State. Berkovich dribbles in. Lays it up. Misses the layup. Kelser on the tip-in. Couldn't get it on 3 attempts. Kelser having a little trouble dribbling that time as he got close to the basket and blew the layup. 6-2, Michigan State leads, 16-14 to go in the first half. Ransey tied up on the right side by Johnson. Pass out to Penn on the left side. Loop pass into Williams, turn around, hook shot, rolls around, no good, taken off by Johnson. Outlet pass to Vincent in the forecourt, and a whistle sounds down there. We're going to get a foul. Called on Todd Penn. First foul by Penn. First foul basketball at the defensive end of the floor. They're getting the rebounds that they absolutely must get. They're allowing Ohio State only one shot. And that 2-3 zone, matchup zone, that is so much a trademark of Judd Heathcote's club, is just magnificent right now. Inbound pass is partially blocked that time as Vincent took the shot. And we get a whistle underneath. What did we get, a foul? Foul on Kelser as he came across trying to play the block shot. Herb Williams moved out and jumped right out of the lane about 8 feet and got up in the air with that superior height. Knocked away Jay Vincent's shot. He was a little slow on the trigger. He had the shot in the clear and lined it up a little too long, I think, Ray. He's got to pop it quick against guys that are 6'11". Pointing to the clock. I don't know whether it was the clock, whether they're complaining about the timing. Miller still carries on the conversation while play goes on. Pass out now to Penn. He drives the lane. The shot is blocked by Vincent. Quick pass out to Berkovich. Goes in, lays it up, and it's gone. That's Berkovich on the steal. Goes in and makes it an 8-2 ball game. Berkovich gets his first two. So we definitely got balance going so far. Steal by Charles. Charles now on a 1-2. Goes in. This goes down. No basket. He's called for traveling. Charles got anxious and called for traveling. Third turnover by Michigan State. The timeout is called, I believe, with 15:23. It is. Michigan State leads 8-2. This is the Michigan State Basketball Network. Vincent having 2 block shots already. He came in this ball game with 19. And so he's working very well now over that 20 mark. Herb Williams with 46 block shots on the season. He's picked up 1 so far tonight. Ohio State on the attack now into the forecourt. It's Ransey. Ransey on the right side. They stack Smith over there under Williams. And Smith. Ransey, right corner, still dribbling. Johnson comes out. Now Charles picks him up. Charles Penn passes over now on the right side, the left side of Carter Scott. His pass in is flicked away by the Spartans and out of bounds. And the Spartans changed up the defense in that timeout. They've gone to a 1-3-1. Irvin Johnson working the baseline defensively all along. Kelser, Vincent, and Charles about halfway up the lane, and Mike Berkovich up on the point. Ohio State trying to stack on offense 3 on the right side that time on that last series. Now they bring a high and low in the pivot position. Now it comes out to Ransey on the left side to Penn. Tied up in the right corner now. It's Carter Scott. He gets the ball back, tries a 20-footer, and hits on it, shooting over the head that time of Irvin Johnson. And Scott has his first 2 points. 8-4, score Michigan State leading the Buckeyes of Ohio State. Berkovich trying to get around Penn, gets into the forecourt now to Johnson in the circle. Looking to Vincent, baseline drive, lays it up. Well, Vincent with 4 points. Well, he's just taken Herb Williams downtown so far. He's blocked his shots twice. Now he beat him on the baseline, giving away 3 inches and poundage. Herb Williams defensively tonight getting beaten. That's looking much quicker than his opponent down there. And now the pass goes to Smith, left side. Guarded closely, that time by Kelser. Comes out to Todd Penn. Over to Ransey on the right side. We'll keep an eye on Ransey. He has not started to unload yet, but hasn't really had an opportunity. Now goes in the circle. Drives on the left side. Puts it up. No good. Kelser comes down with a rebound. Michigan State's Kelser into the forecourt. Pulls up just at the circle. Passes out to Charles on the left side. Back to Berkovich, and the Spartans will set it up. Sliding Kelser down the left side. Johnson to the circle. Takes a shot. Just at the circle on the left side. Turn it on and put it up. They're putting Johnson high post right on the free throw line. He's working back and forth. And Jay Vincent working low. That's a key. Johnson now with 4 points. It's 12-4, Michigan State leading. Williams gets a loop pass, and now he puts up a shot, backs it up the glass. No good. Spartans control the defensive backboard. As on the loose ball, it was Kelser. A long pass in front of Charles. They're stolen that time by Carter Scott. Quickly, he gets back to the right side, drives the baseline. Berkovich makes a block behind, but Charles, I believe, is going to be called for a foul. Offensive foul on Carter Scott. They left the left side open, and he thought he could get to the baseline. All of a sudden, Vincent jumped out, cut off his pass. He couldn't get a shot away. Ran over Vincent, tried to drop off the pass, and drew the foul. Charles in there slapping hands at himself. He was happy. He looked around, thought he was going to be called, but he ran right into him. And so Michigan State puts it in play. Johnson on the left side, guarded closely by Ransey, and the ball is flicked away out of bounds. As Michigan State retains possession. Johnson to put it in play. Quite a matchup there with Johnson and Ransey. Kelser, left corner, good! 18-footer for Kelser. He's got 4. 14-4. The score, Michigan State leads. Spartans put the 3 court. Ohio State up to this point on offense has been very deliberate. They brought the ball up slowly. Not getting much pressure from Michigan State. Williams takes a shot from the right side, no good. And a fight for the tip in, and Kelser went up and tipped it in after Smith missed the first tap in. But give it to Smith on the tap in. 14-6. Two big men up there right around that rim, and it rolled in. Berkovich tied up in the forecourt, passes over to Kelser. He saves it before it goes out of bounds. Kelser right back to Berkovich on the left side. Keeping Kelser outside. Now Vincent with the pass, has it, goes to the lane, puts it up. It's gone! About a 10-footer right in the lane. And he had a hand all over it. He released the ball and was slapped right across the palm and didn't get everything he wanted on it, but it still drifted through. Timeout called by Ohio State. 11:48 to go in the first half. Michigan State 16, Ohio State 6. This is the Michigan State Basketball Network. While they have been red hot, they'll have to continue their shooting, especially the outside shooting with consistency, what they've been able to do so far. Here's Smith with an easy layup as at the baseline from the left side, goes in and lays it up for Ohio State, and Smith now with 4 points. That's Jim Smith, 6'8", out of Cleveland, a sophomore. Berkovich, right side to Kelser. Loose pass in to Johnson, and the foul is going to be called on Ransey as he was fighting the back. That time of Irvin Johnson. First foul on Ransey, third team foul. 6'1" against 6'8", a mismatch in that respect, but Ransey is the quickest man on this team and a good defensive player. That's why Eldon Miller's elected for that one. Inbound pass from Johnson, intended for Kelser, flicked away by Williams. Kelser saved it right in front of the Ohio State bench. Gives to Berkovich, right side, reverses the dribble in the lane. 15-footer, puts it up. A whistle sounded, traveling, called on Berkovich. Fifth turnover by the green and white. He got a little traffic from the left side. He whirled around and beat Todd Penn, and Penn stuck a hand in his face just from the side and distracted Mike, and he went into the travel. All right, Todd Penn, sophomore out of Columbus, brings it up. He has been directing the attack so far for the Buckeyes. He and Ransey play catch on the left side. Now looking for somebody on the right side. Loop pass into Williams. Turn around right-hander. Banks off the glass. No good. Smith tries to tap it in. No good. Taken off by Irvin Johnson. Johnson quickly down the lane. Loses the ball, but Kelser has it. And has the ball blocked that time by Carter Scott. But Scott is also called for a foul. His second personal foul. Fourth team foul in Ohio State. Fourth team foul. Irvin Johnson trying to go down the lane in traffic. Got it taken away from behind. Kelser hold it in. Now he's going to the line as he picked up the ball and apparently was heading up. I didn't think they'd give him a shooting foul, but that's what he had in mind. Eldon Miller not saying too much, but his assistant over there screaming at the officials that Kelser missed on the first free throw attempt. He has two. Kelser coming into the ball game, a 70% shooter from the free throw line. Charles gets the rebound on the missed free throw, puts it up and it's good. And on the same play, Jim Smith goes in with a foul, his first foul, and that'll be 5 team fouls on Ohio State. For the first time since just after the North Carolina game, the Spartans go into a huddle at the free throw line as Ron Charles steps up to try to finish the three-point play. Charles getting his first 2 points. Kelser missed both free throw attempts. On the second one, it was missed. It was Charles going up and getting the rebound and putting it in. Created a long rebound. That led to Charles getting it and getting to the baseline. Charles too soft for the free throw attempt, so he gets 2 out of a possible 3 points. It was rebounded by Ransey. Hands off to Todd Penn. Loop pass comes down to Miller. Back out to Penn. To Ransey, 18-footer left side, and it's good. And Ransey checks in with his first 2 points. 18-10, Michigan State leading Ohio State. Press put on now by the Buckeyes. Charles hands off now to Johnson. Johnson moving up. Miller watching him, not getting too much pressure. Into the forecourt to Kelser. Wanted to go to the baseline, and an offensive foul called on Kelser as it was having position on him was Kelvin Ransey. Second foul, personal foul on Kelser. Refreshed, I believe it will be, and Bob Gonzalez checks in at that forward spot. Young man with a lot of pressure. They go back to the 2-3 matchup zone, it looks like. Quick pass down to Ransey in the forecourt. Penn has it now to Miller on the right side. Comes back now over to Ransey. Miller, by the way, was a hero in that overtime against Indiana for Ohio State. Ransey drives the baseline, passes back out, flicked away. That time by Gonzalez, and a foul, however, is called on Williams as he came in there and made contact on Gonzalez. First foul on Williams, personal foul, 15 foul on Ohio State. That's a 6th team foul. 1 away from the bonus now. The pressure continues by Ohio State. You know, Ray, they've got confidence. They're unbeaten in the Big Ten, and you're not going to see the Bucks panic here tonight, even though they're down by 8, and it has been more. Definitely a more critical game for Michigan State with that 4-4 record. Vincent took a shot off the glass. It was no good. Hauled down by Williams. Ransey, quick pass to Miller, left side. And he puts up the shot. Partially blocked by Charles. Comes down with the fingertips to Jackson. Good play defensively by Ron Charles that time on Marcus Miller. Michigan State comes down to the forecourt. Johnson leading the way. Goes down the left side of the lane. Pulls up now underneath. Passes back out now to Berkovich. He saves it just in front of the Ohio State bench. Watched there by Todd Penn. Drives right side down at the circle. Pulls up. Passes over to Johnson on the left side. Johnson drives over the circle. Reverses a double up in the lane. Puts the shot up. Is no good. And a foul will be called on Miller. Blocking the way. As that time, it's Miller picking up his first personal foul. 17 foul at Ohio State. Either way, Irvin's going to the line, but I think they'll signal two. No, they say it's a 1-1. He wasn't airborne in the shot yet. Last year, I don't think he didn't start last year either. One time he didn't start last year. Johnson puts up the free throw, and it is no good. And hauled down by Williams of Ohio State. Todd Penn dribbles slowly to the right side. Watched there by Gonzalez. Back over to Miller. Now Penn takes an 18-footer, rolls around, and drops in. Ohio State starting to drop him now, and they close the gap to within 6, 18-12. And Penn with his first two. Terry Downley quickly gets to the forecourt. He is watched by Todd Penn at the top of the key. Over to Vincent with a pass on the right side. He dribbles left. Watched it on the outside by Smith. Pass over to Johnson. 18-footer. Magic has it. No good. As coming down, Ransey with the rebound. So a little too strong, and Michigan State shooting has gone a little sour. 8:27 to go in the first half. Spartans lead 18-12. At the top of the circle of Ransey. Baseline drive. 16-footer from the left side. No good, but tipped in by Miller as it was rolling around the rim, and no goaltending call, and Miller gets two. Jed wanted it. He was up screaming over there, but he's not going to get the goaltending. Donnelly right side to Johnson. Johnson on the outside. Dribbles left now. Fakes the shot. Can't get inside with a pass as Ohio State has tightened up that defense underneath. Vincent now in the lane. Puts up the shot. Good. Drives the lane. Goes right in and lays it up in the front of the rim. He saw the seam and looked like a guard. He is much quicker tonight. 8 points for Vincent. He leads the way of all scores so far in this ball game. 2014, Michigan State, 7:35 to go in the first half. It's Ransey on the right side. Loop pass to Williams on the right corner. Back out to Ransey. Ransey bounce pass to Penn. Left side of the lane to Miller. On the left side, good fake around. He faked it, but he was called for traveling. And for the 6th time, Ohio State has turned it over to Michigan State. They've got a timeout with 7:27 to go. With Michigan State leading Ohio State 20-14. This is the Michigan State Basketball Network. Johnson, who's hauled down 5, has 4 points and 2 assists to the steal. Okay, here we go. And watching the activity right now, Ransey putting the press on Donnelly, but he gets it in the forecourt. Pass over to Vincent, now to Kelser. Top of the circle. He's going to fire away. Kelser hits bombs away with an 18-footer. I was going to say 20, but you get the idea. 6 points for Kelser, and he's aiming from outside. That's what they had him doing in practice the last couple of days. He and Vincent working outside, but it's been Kelser shooting more. Loop pass in now to Ellenhauser, who checked in, and a foul is called on Kelser, who came back in the lineup, and Kelser picks up his 3rd foul. Ellenhauser just checked in. He's a young man from Plymouth, Michigan, who plays it forward, 6'7", 210, junior out of Plymouth. 22-14. He hits on the second one, make it 22-15. Layne and Chris Mcclure from Jennison Fieldhouse. Michigan State against Ohio State. Michigan State Basketball Network throughout the state of Michigan from our flagship station WCAR in Detroit. Vincent has his pass blocked and taken down by Ellenhauser of Ohio State. So the Spartans turn it back over to the Buckeyes. Ransey comes down. That's a 6th turnover by Michigan State here in the first half. Klein to Ransey on the right side. Back out to Klein. Trying to dribble inside the zone. Couldn't do it. Back to Ransey on the right side. Johnson watches him closely. Ransey now dribbles left. Watch him picked up by Donnelly. To Miller. Left side. Quick pass to Ellenhauser. Klein on the left side. Pass into Ellenhauser, back out to Miller, back to Ransey, and the zone working right now for Michigan State as the Buckeyes have been unable to find a man open so far. Miller and Ransey play catch on the right side. Back to Miller, he dribbles left. Pulls up and passes to Ransey. 20-footer, right side. Bombs away. Hits for 2. He's got 4. 22-17. Michigan State lead. Cut to 5. 5:55 to go in the first half. They've changed the matchup. Irvin Johnson is not being covered by Kelvin Ransey anymore because Ransey picked up the 2 quick fouls. He's covering Donnelly. Donnelly now hands off to Johnson, and it's Miller keeping an eye on Johnson. Donnelly, 18-footer. He hits Donnelly's first shot of the ball game, and he hits for 2 points, 24-17. Well, Donnelly had lost a little bit of his confidence in the shooting eye and some of his basketball play. That was noted in practice this week, but he hit on his first shot at the basket tonight. Turnaround jumper by Ellenhauser is good from the left side, and he has 3 points. 24-19, Michigan State leading. Johnson slowly brings it up on the left side, crosses midcourt, comes to the top of the circle, dribbles right. Watched by Miller in the lane. 14-footer put up. It's good. Shot right over that time, sort of disturbed the defensive man. They come out and get him. He didn't do it, and they pumped it over him, and he's got 6. Nice soft touch as it hit the front of the rim. Stiff rim would have kicked it off, Ray. These are soft here at Jenison, and it helps Irvin. Ransey to Miller, right side. Miller goes towards the baseline, pass into Williams, taken away by Johnson to Donnelly, and the break works, and Donnelly has 4 points. Great outlet pass that time from Johnson down to Donnelly. Easy layup. He got an easy 2. And Klein went about 4 rows into the photographers there. They stopped the action in the clock, as a matter of fact, to make sure he was all right. The Spartans have blown it back out to 9 points now, and here come the Bucks. Here comes the crowd. Richard Wilder, Phil Robinson, and Ray Dorn are officials in this ball game tonight. Here's Klein trying to get around Donnelly. Passes to Miller. Back to Klein. 18-footer from the left side. And Klein has his first 2 points of the ball game. 28-21, Michigan State leads. I'll tell you, the Spartans are shooting very well, but the Bucks are answering in kind. They are shooting exceptionally well right now. Johnson drives right side, lays it up, and he'll get 2. Goaltending is called on Ellenhauser. It was up there above the rim. Ellenhauser went up, tapped it away. Goaltending call on Ohio State, and 8 points. Now for Irvin Johnson, a 9-point lead by the Spartans. Irvin working against Marcus Miller, a sophomore from Columbus, and the difference between Miller and Ransey is just pronounced. Irvin just got by him with a head fake that time. Gonzalez checks out now, and Berkovich comes in the lineup for Michigan State. Ransey in the circle, trying to work on Berkovich. Pulls up, passes back out now. The pass comes to Klein. Klein backs one off the glass, rolls off the rim, no good. Johnson brings it down. Long pass to Charles. Charles at the basket, lays it up. Good. And boy, gets 2 big assists in the last 2 plays for Michigan State. Johnson, 4 points for Charles. 32-21, Michigan State leads. The crowd on its feet, obviously. Klein, pass to Miller at the circle to Ransey. Pass to Williams underneath. He wants to lay it up, and he puts it in, but the whistle had sounded before he laid it up. No basket on the play, and a foul is called on Ron Charles, who picks up his first personal foul. 4th team foul on the Spartans. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. We got 3 minutes to go in the first half. Tony Hall checks in now, the lineup for Ohio State, his first appearance. Klein with the left corner pass, now comes out to Ransey, back to Klein on the left side. Michigan State just sort of saying, come on, shoot it, shoot it. And Klein almost obliges Willie. No, he decides not to. Pass to Ransey, 22-footer right side. He cans that one, and Ransey's got 6. What a dead shot. Ransey is incredible. Yeah, he started off slowly, but he has been finding the way. He's got the radar working now. Well, they're alley-ooping across the zone to him, and he's just popping quickly. Here's Johnson in the lane, puts up a 12-footer, won't go. Benson comes down with it, but Tony Hall takes it away from Benson and hands off now to Klein, who gives it to Ransey, and Ransey will bring it up by himself. Across the timeline on the right side. To Tony Hall, back to Ransey. Stay on the right side. He dribbles towards the key, pulls up there, looking for somebody open. He does to Williams on the left side, but outside. Williams back out to Ransey on the left side of the circle. Drives the lane on the right side. Good defense by Berkovich. Hall has the pass and gets it back to Ransey. Now Ransey, a 15-footer, trying to be blocked by Berkovich, but instead Johnson comes down and was going to jump ball. As Johnson came down hard, looked like he twisted the ankle, and he is remaining on the court really unpained. So he got dragged down by a couple of Ohio State players as they got their legs tangled up. Irvin had position and was just sandwiched between them. Now Clint Thompson down over him as they talk it over. Irvin in agony on the floor right now. There's no doubt about that. Judd Heathcote out, checking on Irvin Johnson now. Now he's gone back to the bench, but he's rubbing his chin over there in deep concern, as you can well imagine, as Clint Thompson and the team physicians work over Irvin Johnson down here in front of us. Gonzalez will actually be the center, I think. And Berkovich and Donnelly in the backcourt. Kelser on the bench with 3 fouls. Irvin Johnson hurt. And a jump ball up down in the forecourt goes to Ohio State decline. He passes out to Ransey. 5-10 back in there in the lineup. And the Spartans are going to have to play some defense right now. Right side Ransey to top 10. Pass over to Klein on the left side. Tied up by Donnelly. Now he drives in. Here's the open man. Ransey again bombs away the 22-footer. And that's exactly what you described before, Chris. Looping that pass over to him. When that zone defense flags on the weak side, on the strong side, Ransey over there, and they gunned it away. He's got 8 points to make it 32-25. Berkovich to Donnelly on the right side, guarded by Todd Penn. Donnelly dribbles left. Gonzalez comes out to meet him, but the pass goes the other way to Vincent. And Michigan State will try the old weave offense right now. Gonzalez, right side, had a chance to go around Klein, but decided not to. Pulls up, wants to pass to somebody, almost tied up, and now it comes out to Charles. And they have 2 on, and we're going to get a jump ball with Gonzalez and Klein going to the circle. No real reaction to a mental mistake by Judd Heathcote over there. He's been a little softer in his dealings with the team this week. Step goes to Michigan State's Berkovich. Berkovich on the right side after he gets the pass from Terry Donnelly. Donnelly gets the pass as he went down low. Came out of the right corner to get it. Now out to Vincent, who comes outside. We've got 1:15 to play in this first half. And I guarantee you, both players used the arm and both thought they had it. Ransey was the guy who turned out to be the culprit. A little bit to the surprise of Mike Berkovich, I guarantee. Berkovich at the line and a 1-on-1. He puts up the first shot of his good. For Ransey, that was his second personal foul. Johnson went out of there with an injury at 2:23. He had 8 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Berkovich hit on the bonus arrangement, 34-25 with 51 seconds to go. Donnelly comes up quick to guard on Ransey. Klein on the right side to Ellenhauser, right corner. Back out to Klein. Down to 37 seconds in the first half. To Penn, to Ransey. Ransey double teamed there. Loop pass this time to Klein, right corner. Picked up and shoots over Gonzalez and hits about 12 feet away from the right side. 4 points that time for Klein. 34-27. 21 seconds to go. Time for one shot for Michigan State. Charles pulls up in the forecourt. Waits for somebody to come in position. Watch the pass. Loop pass comes out to Berkovich. Ransey steals the ball. Drives on a 1-on-1 on Berkovich. And we're going to get a foul called on Berkovich and maybe a good one to take. With 11 seconds to go, first foul on Berkovich, 15 foul on Michigan State. It'll be Ransey at the line, I believe. It will be. Oh no, they're going to call it Mike Berkovich. He knew how to foul to spend personally, foul to spend team-wise, and he just blasted Kelvin Ransey and denied him. Now they turn it over on the inbound pass. Good heads-up play by Berkovich. He said he's not going to shoot if I hit him at the free throw line before he gets airborne. It worked. Inbound pass missed Ransey from Klein. Michigan State down to 8 seconds down the forecourt. Pass to Donnelly. Donnelly high at the circle. Goes to the circle. Pass to Vincent. 13-footer left side. Won't go. Buzzers down on a tap in by Charles. That wouldn't go. And time runs out. The first half has been played here at Jenison Fieldhouse in East Lansing with the Spartans of Michigan State leading the Buckeyes of Ohio State by a score of 34-27. The Buckeyes, I believe, are back to the starting lineup to begin with. Ransey, Todd Penn, Herb Williams, Carter Scott, and Jim Smith. And here's Ray Lane. And the second half opening tip-off goes to the Spartans. Maybe that's an indicator. We'll find it see. Berkovich's pass underneath to Kelser going to the lane, and Smith. Jim Smith picks up his second personal foul on a quick first-team foul of the second half for the Buckeyes. Brad Sammy went against Thomas Hearns. Lucky for Sammy, training with a baseball batter, would have been out sooner probably. There's Berkovich working on Ransey. Pulls up. Loop pass for Charles. Taken away by the Buckeyes. Williams has the turnover. The first one by Michigan State of the second half. Ransey comes down, hands off the Penn on the left side. Penn slowly moves in on the dribble. Right right side now comes the Curtis Scott back to 10. Top of the key, just slightly to the right. Baseline drive by Curtis Scott. He pulls up with Charles right on top of him. Comes out to Williams on the right side. Loop pass underneath to Smith. And then there was Kelvin to break it up. But Williams picked up the jump feed and laid it in there for his third and fourth point. A big break for the Buckeyes that time. As Kelvin played good defense but couldn't hang on the ball, Williams capitalized. A steal that time by Smith on a loop pass intended from Charles to Kelvin, but it bounced out of bounds off Smith's fingertip, and a break that time for Michigan State. Terry Donnelly in there now to start the second half. He did not start the ball game. He and Berkovich working in that backcourt. Berkovich with the ball on the right side now pulls up and hands off to Kelser. Kelser going to try an 18-footer. Won't go for him. Fight for the rebound, and it's coming down. The Buckeyes, that time Carter Scott had the ball after it was tried to be rebounded by Williams, and he dribbled right on the out-of-bounds line. Actually, Ray, I'm not sure it was his fault. It was knocked over there by a Buckeye from under the board, and I think it hit the baseline before Scott grabbed it. Donnelly inbound pass to Vincent. Reverse layup won't go in. Great effort that time, but it wouldn't move. Williams falls down the rebound for Ohio State. East Globe coming down. Todd Penn as the lane is a pass out to Ransey. Fans wanted traveling called on Penn. They didn't get it. He has the ball back on the left side. Now goes to the lane. And passes over to Williams. Turnaround one-hander goes right over the top of Kelser. 34-31. Michigan State's lead is cut to 3. Williams with 6 points. Donnelly getting some pressure from Penn, but he makes it up to the forecourt on the left side. Dribbles to the right side. Now gives to Berkovich on the right. He moves left high. Watched by Ransey. Pass comes to Charles. To Vincent in the circle. Loop pass underneath to Berkovich. Puts the fake on. Partially blocked by Williams. And Charles comes out. Kelser has it. And Kelser stops it. A loose ball that time gathered up by Kelser, and he shot his 7th and 8th point. Ron Charles, passing Williams, knocked it loose. The blitz that time went to the Spartans. They needed one here in the second half. 36-31, 17:40 to go. First ball is knocked away from Carter Scott. Vincent winds up with it. His pass is saved by Berkovich and Jennifer Kelser. And Berkovich was the man of the second that time to save it on a turnover. Berkovich to Vincent in the circle. High to Kelser low. Lays it up. Too strong. Penn comes with a rebound. Heathcote off the bench jumping up and down. And we're going to get a technical foul on Judd Heathcote. First time he left the bench tonight in the midst of the emotion and the excitement of the ball game. And a technical is called by one of the officials on Judd Heathcote. The words around the league, there's no way around it. That's all there is to it. He was up speaking to his team. That's right. Because once again, it was an ill-advised shot taken to make it 36-32 with Michigan State leading by 4. Ransey to make it within 3 and does. 2 for 2 for Ransey at the free throw line on a technical. Ransey now with 10 points, and Ohio State will put it in play. Here we go. Carter Scott has the ball on the right side to Todd Penn. Carter Scott takes a shot, banks it off the glass, about a 16-footer, and it's 36-35. Carter Scott with 4. Pressure put on this time by Penn on Donnelly on a one-on-one. He gets to the forecourt on the far side. Comes to the top of the key. Pass to Charles. Charles a little hesitant with it. Now to Vincent. Vincent had a chance to go, decided not to shoot. They move it around Berkovich. Left side, guarded by Ransey. Pass to the high post to Vincent. Took a quick look at Donnelly. Wasn't open. Kelser was for a second, but dropped the ball and then saved it. Smith working on him. Donnelly on the right side now. There's Penn, man of the second, guarding him. Vincent in the lane. Left side, puts up the shot. Intended that time for Charles and knocked away by Smith. Goes out of bounds. Michigan State retains possession. 36-35, Spartans lead by 1. Time called out by Michigan State. 16:28 to go. Spartans lead by 1. This is the Michigan State Basketball Network. As they take it and control it under their own bucket at the left side of us, the north side of Jenison. Donnelly, inbound pass to Kelser. Back to Donnelly on the right side to Berkovich. Comes over the left side. Again, Ransey watching him closely. Kelser comes out to the left of the circle. Hands off to Donnelly. Drives the baseline. And a foul will be called that time on Jim Smith. Reaching in as Donnelly had about 3 steps on him. And the big guy reached out and picked up his 3rd foul. I think you got to call that ill-advised fouling because Terry Donnelly at 6'2", driving by the big guy, 6'8", Jim Smith. He reaches in from the side and spent one he didn't need to. And he knew Herb Williams was behind him, and no way Terry Donnelly's going to the hole with Herb Williams back there. Inbound pass, Spartans. Burkovich has it down as he took the pass from Kelcher. Spins away outside the circle now. Waits for Donnelly. Donnelly guarded close now by Penn. Gets around Penn, drives down the right side. The shot blocked from behind by Williams. Comes down to Smith. And a foul is going to be called on Charles, I believe. His second personal foul. Reached out with a big right arm. Donnelly must have felt a weight that time, trying to release the ball. There's Penn. Ball stolen this time by Kelcher. Kelcher goes down. Now he'll try a 12-footer. Gone. Good play at both ends by Kelcher. Defensively, fakes his man and banks the shot, and he's got 10. 38-35. Not a lot of breathing room, but better than one. Anyway, Ohio State, Spartan Spirit comes alive. Ransey, baseline drive. Foul is going to be called on the play. And I think Kelcher is going to pick up his fourth personal foul. He and Donnelly have both picked up Ransey. Tough one to call. They sandwiched down in on Kelvin Ransey. Donnelly's the man who made contact with the basketball. Kelcher is wondering why in the world he got the call, but he's going to have to sit down again because he's got 4. And he ran into it tonight with 3 in the first half, picks up his 4th. Inbound pass now by Ohio State. 15:30 to go in this ball game. Michigan State leads 38-35. Luke pass to Williams on the left side. Turnaround jumper is good over the head of Vincent. And Buckeyes within 1 now. 8 points for Williams. 38-37. Michigan State pass to Donnelly in the forecourt from Burkovich. Quickly to Burkovich. Top of the circle. Comes back out to Donnelly. Donnelly to Burkovich. High post now is Gonzalez. Low post right now is Jay Vincent. Charles outside. Gonzalez comes to the right side. Here's a pass to Charles. Partially blocked by Williams. Won't go in. Saved that time by Carter Scott. Carter Scott hands off to Todd Penn. And Penn brings it up slowly across midcourt. Now the pass goes over to Carter Scott. Back to Penn at the top of the circle. To Scott. Ransey left open on the left side. Slides off the rim. Tippin. Tried that time by Carter Scott. He missed, and Michigan State brought it down on the rebound. Vincent at the charity strike. Puts up a layup. No good. And a foul is called on Charles. As Charles tried to get the rebound and came over the top of Carter Scott, and Charles picks up his 3rd personal foul. 3rd team foul of Spartans in the second half. Ohio State defensively a good deal tougher inside this half. Michigan State can't get a good unbalanced shot in there. They're using their height to good advantage. They keep getting committed in shots they normally have, and then all of a sudden there's somebody in their face. Taking a shot, Carter Scott in the lane as he took a pass from Ransey for the first time since the opening basket. Ohio State has the lead, 39-38. Carter Scott now with 6 points. Michigan State on the attack now with Burkovich outside. High post Gonzalez. Drives down the right side. Offensive foul. Called on Gonzalez. As Gonzalez, who was dribbling around Smith that time, reached out and shoved off of Smith, and Gonzalez picks up his first personal foul. 14 foul on the Spartans. Good call. He got the elbow hooked in the ribs to Smith and spun around him that way. Ohio State leading 39-38. And the Buckeyes on the attack. Penn with the ball at the top of the circle now. Pass comes out to Ransey. Pass on the left side goes to Carter Scott. Back over to Ransey. 14-footer is blocked that time by Charles. He gets the ball back. And a whistle sounds. And what do we have? Traveling called on Ransey. Third turnover by Ohio State here in the second half. Burkovich left side. Passes to Donnelly. Right back to Burkovich. There's a pass to Charles, almost lost the pass. Vincent, baseline drive, puts up the shot. Good! Vincent that time, using some speed and quickness, gets his 9th and 10th points. He's been excellent with his back to the basket tonight. He's beaten Herb Williams to the baseline a couple of times. Spartans have the lead 40-39 now. Ransey Ransey guarded close by Berkovich. Comes to Penn, passes over to Carter Scott, baseline drive, left side. Held up there by Gonzalez. Now a pass out to Ransey, 16-footer from the right side. Well, good, but what a tap in that time by Smith, who came up there and put it in on the rebound. 6 points for Jim Smith, and he used all of that 6'8" frame of his to get up and tap it in. 41-40. Foul call this time on Carter Scott, working too close on Ron Charles. Third foul on Carter Scott, third team foul on the Buckeyes. It'll be Donnelly with the inbound pass on the near side here under our broadcast booth in the forecourt. Donnelly out to Gonzalez on the inbound pass back to Berkovich left side. Fans coming to life a little bit here, wanting some scoring for the Spartans. Charles, pass on the opposite side, goes over to Donnelly, just the right of the circle. Backs it up now on the dribble, comes to Gonzalez on the high post. He pulls up, passes back to Berkovich on the left side. Reverses the dribble, comes back right. Guarded closely by Ransey. Whistle underneath, and a foul is called on Carter Scott. Away from the ball on Vincent, and Scott also picks up a technical foul. Fourth foul on Carter Scott. He was trying to claim that it was a retaliation move as he made an obvious gesture of elbowing and said he's doing it to me or something to that order, and he's been taken out of the lineup immediately. I doubt if he's been ejected. I think that's an Eldon Miller move, but he did pick up the tee. Berkovich will shoot that. Berkovich at the line, and he misses his first free throw of the season. Retained possession of the basketball. Terry Donnelly taking charge out there as he picks up the signal from the bench. It's a 5-man, the sign says, and Terry relays that to his teammates, and here we go. Berkovich to Donnelly. Donnelly attempted to shoot, did not. Comes back out on the pass to Berkovich, defensive. Working on Williams. Quick pass to Charles. Charles misses. Good 1-2 punch by the Spartans that time. Good heads-up play by Shea because he was covered well by Herb Williams, and had he tried to shoot, it was a block, no doubt. Dropped it off perfectly. He's using the whole court. Charles with 6 points. Spartans lead by 1, 42-41. We're going to get a timeout. We do have a timeout on the floor. With Michigan State leading now, 42-41. This is the Michigan State Basketball Network. Ohio State taking the lead, and 40-39 MSU, then 41-40. Now it's 42-41, and here they come again. Mike Klein inbound pass in the forecourt to Ransey to Penn, back to Klein on the left side. Trying to get Williams free at the baseline. They do, and he puts up a shot over the head of Vincent. Won't go, and a whistle underneath, and a foul is called on Smith. As Smith came in and ribbed the back of Charles that time, and the big 6'8" forward has picked up his fourth personal foul. That's the 16th foul on Ohio State. Carter Scott operating with 4 fouls, and he also picked up a tee. He's on the bench, Smith's on the bench, and Kelser's on the bench for Michigan State. But now Ohio State hurting at the foul category. Ohio State with 16 fouls here in the second half. Michigan State with 5. Spartans on the attack to Gonzalez now. Dribbles left side, puts up a 12-footer. No good. Rebounded by Vincent. Lays it up front. Vincent played with determination and aggression tonight. 44-41, and Vincent's got 12. Again, as Chris told you moments ago, if you just joined us, Erwin Johnson injured, sprained right ankle at the 2:24 mark to go in the first half, with 2:24 to go, and he has not come back. Spartans sorely have missed him. Kelser with foul problems, sitting on the bench right now. Loop pass to Williams underneath. Charles bats it away. It goes out of bounds in front of the Spartan fans, and Ohio State retains possession. He had two-hand in-your-face in mind, but it just didn't work. Ron Charles climbing about as high as he can go. Line tied up by Berkovich on the right side. To Penn, pass to Ransey. Baseline drive over the head of Gonzalez. It's good. Ransey with a great move that time, and he's got 12. Toughest shot in basketball. He makes it look easy. 44-43. Spartans lead, cut to 1. Berkovich, top of the circle, still dribbling. Now passes Donnelly right side. Can't get Charles free. Dumps it outside. 18-footer rolls off. No good. Rebounded by Klein of Ohio State. And the Buckeyes come down with one thing in mind, to take a lead. If they can get 2, they would take a 45-44 lead. Spartans lead by 1 right now. Klein right side to Penn. Penn top of the circle to Ransey. Baseline drive. Working on Gonzalez. Takes a shot. It goes in. It's no good. The foul, however, is called on Gonzalez. And the fans cheering now as Kelvin comes back in. And Irvin Johnson now heading from the first aid room, heading towards the Michigan State bench. Inbound pass. Ohio State to Williams. Takes a shot. No good. Rebounded by Berkovich. Berkovich quickly comes down. Pulls up. Passes quickly to Charles. He can't take a shot of 8 feet away. Berkovich, 24-footer. No good. Rebounded by Vincent. He puts it up. It rolls off the rim. Gets his own rebound. Lays it up good. Vincent with 14 points. Michigan State 46-43. And Irvin Johnson has come to the scoring table. He's about ready to check in. Ohio State. Line left side. Goes towards the baseline. Can't get the shot away. His pass is stolen this time by Vincent. Intended to Williams. Vincent steals it. Four-court pass to Donnelly. Spartan fans are alive and well right now. Donnelly still dribbling on the right side. Comes to the top of the key to Kelser. Kelser shoots over Ellenhauser. No good. Rebound. Picked up by Vincent off the floor. Good. Vincent with 16 points. Michigan State quickly takes a 5-point lead. 48-43. 8:46 to go. Here come the Buckeyes. Top 10. Calls for timeout. Ohio State timeout. With 8:42 to go. Michigan State 48. Ohio State 43. This is the Michigan State Basketball Network. It's bedlam here as the Spartans at the same instant blew away Ohio State very briefly with a surge by Jay Vincent, and Irvin Johnson came back to the court and now comes back to the lineup. But Jay Vincent in the half, when the Spartans needed it most, and he needed some confidence against the big man. 8 points, 5 rebounds, an assist, and 2 steals, and Irvin is in the lineup. Todd 10 with the ball is zone working right now. And here's a shot by Ransey. Pumps it in over the head of Irvin Johnson. Johnson not at 100% with that sprained ankle. He's still having trouble being mobile down there. Ransey with 14 points. Donnelly to Kelser. Loop pass to Vincent. Baseline. Lays it up. Oh, it won't go in. Slides off the rim. Rebounded by Ellenhausen. Hands off that time to Ransey. Now to Penn. Penn brings it up. Todd Penn, 5'9", out of Columbus, Ohio. Ellenhausen high. Now back over to Carter Scott, right corner. Irvin Johnson guarding him. Ellenhausen turn around, left hand hook, won't go. Gets his own rebound. Puts it up again, no good. Williams has it. Puts it up, and it's good. Williams that time, 4 times. They took the shot. Williams cans it and has 10 points. 48-47. All of a sudden, it's a 1-point lead again for Michigan State. 7:27 to go in the ball game. Kelser pulls up on the left side. To Vincent. To Donnelly. Donnelly looking for Johnson open. Can't find him. Berkovich comes out. Takes a pass at the circle. Back to Donnelly. 20-footer. Won't go. Rebounded by Ransey. He covers up. Stays in the backcourt and hands off to Todd Penn. State's blocking out pretty well, and all these rebounds are going long, and Ohio State's controlling. 7 minutes to go in this ball game with Michigan State leading by 1, 48-47. Shot taken by the Buckeyes, rebounded by Irvin Johnson. Has the ball knocked away, and Kelser can't save it. Ransey picks it up, a 2-on-1 for Ohio. Now pass to Williams, he lays it up, and all of a sudden now the Spartans' lead has disappeared, and the Buckeyes lead 49-48. Timeout call with 6:37 to go. The Spartans have to come back. This is the Michigan State Basketball Network. Let Berkovich and Donnelly handle it up the floor, Irvin, and you do it in the offensive zone. Got Irvin right now at a high post. He's in the circle, has the pass, hands off to Vincent. Vincent working on Williams, can't shoot, gives it to Johnson. Johnson has the ball knocked out of their hands behind on a good move by Carter Scott at the baseline. Michigan State still has the ball. It'll be Irvin Johnson with the inbound pass. Here's a Kelser reverse layup, and it's good. Kelser working on Ellenhausen that time. 12 points for Kelser, but he's playing with 4 fouls on him right now. If the Buckeyes defensively are going to overplay Irvin, they know he's hurt as well as everybody here. 50-49, Michigan State retains, and a pass goes astray on Ohio State in Jennifer Williams. He was slow moving out to get the pass and went out of bounds, and Michigan State will take over on the 5th turnover by the Buckeyes. Final in the the Big Ten. 68-62, Indiana over Michigan tonight. Berkovich, long pass. Donnelly, right corner. Let go. Kelser comes down with a rebound. He's called for traveling. As he and Vincent both were trying to get the rebound, and Kelser trying to pull the ball away. Called for traveling. Both looking up at the hole, trying to get the putback, and they didn't realize quickly enough that they were teammates, and he walked with the ball. Well, we got a beauty going here at Jennison Fieldhouse at East Lansing. The Spartans lead 50-49 with 5:46 to go. Spartans led 34-27 after one half. Penn pulls up now, looking for somebody. Comes to Klein. Loop pass in now to Williams. Turn around right hand. There won't go. And Vincent comes down with a rebound. Long pass. That time from Johnson to Donnelly to Kelser. And that's the Spartans of old. Three-way combination pays off. Kelser was 14. 52-49. 5-17. Johnson made it happen. We've got a timeout with 5:17 to go. Michigan State leading Ohio State 52-49. And this is the Michigan State Basketball Network. In the interim, Irvin Johnson has returned, working on a sprained ankle, but still working, and the lead has changed hands 5 times in the last 8 minutes of play. Ohio State's gunner, Ransey, back in the lineup now. Ransey dribbling across the circle now, pulls up. Back out to Klein on the right side. Spartans on the zone, cover up well. Back to Ransey, stays on the right side, looking for a man open. It's Klein. Baseline, decides he can't go anyplace. Back to Ransey. Berkovich. Now Ransey takes a shot at the free throw line right in the circle. Deadly, and he cans that one for his 15th and 16th point. Spartans lead by 1, 52-51, with 4:42 to go. Johnson, Berkovich, Vincent, Kelser, and Donnelly in the lineup right now. Donnelly with the ball to Kelser, left side. Quick pass to Johnson, turnaround right-handed. It's blocked that time, and Vincent had the ball. Johnson gets it, and Johnson can't put it up, and a foul is called on Smith. I believe that's his 5th personal foul. It is. So he'll leave the contest. Irvin Johnson came up limping a little bit one more time. And now Alden Miller has to go to the bench. He's got a minute to decide. 4:27 to go. The Spartans nursing it along with a 1-point lead. Spartans not so hot in the first half at the stripe. They cost themselves several points. Here's a chance to make some big ones. Irvin Johnson at the line, and he sinks the first one, as you can tell by the fans. And Johnson hits on the second free throw attempt, 54-51. And for Irvin, 10 points now in the ball game. Ransey passes over to Carter Scott. Scott back to Ransey on the right side. He dribbles left, looking for somebody open underneath. Baseline drive now by Carter Scott. The foul is going to be called on Irvin Johnson with that bad right ankle. Lost a step or two that time to Carter Scott, and Johnson picks up his first foul, and we go to a bonus situation at the line. Irvin's first move against that had to be off the right foot, and he lost a half step. It's the exact same drive that happened a week ago tonight in Ann Arbor when Keith Smith drove against Irvin to the baseline. Carter Scott hits on the first one. Second free throw is good. So it's back to a 1-point lead for the green and white. The Spartans of Michigan State, 4:09 to go in the ball game. 54-53. Michigan State leads. Johnson to Berkovich. Tempted to gun it, but he didn't go. Back to Johnson. To Donnelly, right side. Back into Berkovich. Irvin Johnson can't get Vincent open. Drives the lane. Johnson puts it up, and it's good. That time, putting over Williams, who came out and went right over him with a shot. He pulled up short because he knew if he got much closer, he was going to get stuffed. 12 points for Irvin Johnson. So 56-53. Michigan State leads. Ellenhauser in the circle. Pass to Klein, right side. He pulls up. Back to Ransey. 3:30 to go in the ball game. Ransey to Carter Scott, baseline drive. Finds heavy traffic. Puts up the shot. No good. Good play by Vincent and Johnson. Long pass from Kelser to Berkovich. Berkovich's pass for Donnelly. Stolen that time by Klein. And Klein did a job, and that time, one too many passes. He goes in heavy traffic. Has the ball batted away. And a foul is going to be called on Klein as Johnson and Vincent were fighting for the ball. Klein reached in, called for the foul, and we got a bonus situation, and I think it'll be Vincent going to the line. First foul on Klein. Is up by 3 with 2 at that time. He had the habit of getting it off the heel of the hand. That's what he did. And no power there. Definitely no fingertip control on that one. Ohio State's Klein puts up the shot and hits on it, and he's got 6 points, hitting from just outside the charity stripe. 57-55. State leads by 2. Irvin Johnson brings it down, guarded closely by Carter Scott. To Kelser, back to Johnson. Johnson comes left of the circle to Berkovich. Berkovich still in motion now, hands off to Johnson. Comes the right side now. Again, Carter Scott leaning on Johnson, nothing called. Donnelly and Johnson play catch. And now, Carter Scott reaches in, grabs Johnson as he started to drive the lane on the left side, and that's the 5th personal foul on Carter Scott. He has fouled out, and Johnson will go to the line. Bad ankle or not, I don't quite understand why in the man-to-man they would create that particular matchup with a man with 4. If there's anybody on the floor, any 2 men on the floor that can draw a foul from somebody when they need to, it's Irvin Johnson and Kelvin Ransey of Ohio State. So on the first free throw attempt, and now the bonus shot. Puts it up. It is good. 59-55 with 2:15 to go. Moving from our left to right. Klein, right side. Passes off to Penn. To Klein. Puts up the shot away from Berkovich, and Klein hits it. As he had 2 steps on Berkovich, Klein with 8 points. And he's only a 43% shooter, but he's down the stretch been impressive. 59-57. Michigan State leads by 2. Irvin Johnson. They've got Klein working on Johnson now on the man-to-man. Now Johnson gets away from him, pulls up at the line, passes back out to Donnelly, to Berkovich, back to Johnson. Donnelly is knocked down by Klein, no whistle. Berkovich back to Johnson. Whistle, and a foul is going to be called, I believe, on Ransey, who reached in and made contact on Irvin Johnson. Ransey collects his 4th personal foul, but better yet, on the bonus arrangement, it'll be Irvin Johnson going to the line. Clean passing lane, and Ransey detected that, jumped in, but Berkovich able to get rid of the basketball and draw the foul. And Irvin hits the first one. He's still living, and he hits on 2 to make it 61-57. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in this ball game. The Spartans out in front by 4. High and low post. Low post pass now to Williams. Backs it off the glass. He hits for 2. Williams with 14 points. Michigan State's lead cut to 2. Williams just phenomenal with his back to the basket. And a foul is called on Klein as Irvin Johnson trying to get to the forecourt. Just about got to the timeline. Klein reached in, made contact, and picks up his 2nd personal foul. But Johnson will go to the line again, hoping for an instant replay of those last 2 shots. 4 since he came on 6 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago. Here's Irvin's free throw shot, and the first one is good, and he gets the bonus shot now, 62-59. Johnson misses on the second one, rebounded by Ohio State. 3-point lead by the Spartans. We're down to 1 minute left in this ball game. Defense is called by the Spartan fans now as the Buckeyes move down into their forecourt against Michigan State. Ellenhauser in the lane, and a foul will be called on Jay Vincent as Ellenhauser did not get the shot away, and just as he had the arm up there, he was hacked pretty good by Vincent. And Jay Vincent picks up his first personal foul of the ball game. What a spectacular night for Jay Vincent as the Spartans spend one of their remaining 2 timeouts. Judd Heathcote certainly did not want that foul. Ellenhauser will go to the line with a pair, with a chance to pull the Bucks within 1. Takes the first shot. He rolls around the rim and drops it in. 62-60. Ellenhauser shoots again, misses. Rebounded by Vincent. 4 points for Ellenhauser. Michigan State in control with 47 seconds to go in the ball game, leading 62-60. Kelser with the ball now. Now reverses on Williams. Drives and lays it up. Scores! Great play by Kelser. He wanted to pass to Johnson. Johnson was fired up. Kelser to 16. They were overplaying Irvin and opened into the bucket. Todd Penn puts up a shot and scores on the basket. And a whistle underneath, and I think Irvin Johnson is going to collect the foul. That's what he got. Basket counts. And Johnson picks up his 2nd personal foul. 64-62, Michigan State's lead cut to 2, and going to the line is Ellenhausen. And this is going to be a bonus, so he can tie it up because it was not against the shooter. Right. This could be a 4-point play. Shot is good. And ladies and gentlemen, 1-point spread. And now the bonus shot by Ellenhausen. Has made 3 critical foul shots in the last 30 seconds for Ohio State. He can tie it up. And does tie it up at 64 all with 28 seconds remaining in the ball game. Irvin Johnson with the ball. Miller working on him. Johnson loop pass into the forecourt to Donnelly. Back to Johnson, right side. Fans beginning to stand up at the far end of the court. Pass comes back to Berkovich with 15 seconds. Now to Kelser, 13 seconds. Back to Johnson with 11 seconds. Donnelly and Johnson with 9 seconds. Johnson tied up on the right side to Vincent. Vincent back to Donnelly. Got 4 seconds. Donnelly puts up the shot, reverse layup, puts it up, no good. Buzzer sound, we've got overtime. 64 is the score after regulation play. We've got overtime coming up. A desperation shot taken by Terry Donnelly. It wouldn't go in. He tried for the rebound, tried to get it up, didn't get it all the way, and the buzzer sounded, and that means we're going to overtime for the second time this year for Michigan State. One of the most unusual, you just don't see it very often, where a guy puts up a shot, there's a foul off the ball, you get the bucket in the 1-and-1, and they got a 4-point play, 1 trip up the floor, and tied the ball game. Had to give the Bucks a bit of a lift. There's no doubt about that. MSU got themselves into the offense for the last shot and really didn't get a good clean shot. Terry Donnelly in desperation had to drive between people and just throw it at the hole. There was a chance for a putback. It didn't go in. It rolled around the rim. So we go to 5 extra big minutes of it. Michigan State in the overtime of the moving from our right to left. The score tied after regulation 64 all. And we're just about ready to go to the overtime of the second time. Here we go. Tap goes back to Donnelly in backcourt. Michigan State took on Iowa in overtime and got through with a victory on that one. Can they do it for the second time? Against Ohio State, here's the pass to Kelser from Johnson. Lays it up, good! Kelser gets it, and a foul and whistle on the play. The basket counts, and the foul is called on Ellenhausen. I do believe he was the man that came up to try and help out. Picks up his first. But Gregory will have a chance at the three-pointer. Kelser with 18 points now in the ball game. 66-64. We're in overtime. Kelser trying to make it a 3-point play. Puts up the shot. It is good. 67-64. Inbound pass. Comes to Penn from Marcus Miller. Penn into the forecourt. Studies the defensive lineup by Michigan State. Plays catch with Miller. Now to Ransey. Pulls up at the baseline at the left side in the corner. Pass comes out to Penn. Dribbles toward the circle to Miller. Back over to Miller on the right side. Ellenhausen reaches out of the high post back to Miller. Did not shoot. Back to Ellenhausen. Turn around one-hander. Won't go. Fight for the rebound. Loose ball. Goes out of bounds at the bench of Ohio State, and Ohio State retains possession. Baseline. Well, I'm not going to bet that tonight. 4:08 to go in overtime. Michigan State leading 67-64. Penn and Miller. Miller tries a 19-footer from the right side, and he cans it. 67-66. Miller with 4 points. Donnelly, watched by Penn in the backcourt. Trying to get to the forecourt, does. Reverses the dribble, steps into the forecourt to the right of the circle. Pass over to Vincent. Vincent dribbles left. Pass comes back to Donnelly. Got a block from Johnson. Couldn't use it. Now Donnelly, and a whistle underneath, and Herb Williams is called for shoving under the basket on Kelser. And Kelser will be going to the line with 19. I'm sorry. It is against Williams, that's right. And it's not against Kelser. I guess it was Berkovich in the heavy traffic down there. Trying to start a new string. Here's a shot. It is up. It is good. 68-66. The second shot is good by Berkovich. He's got 6 points. 69-66. With the Spartans leading. 3:39 to go. Penn brings it down for Ohio State. Comes Ellenhausen back over to Miller. Miller on the right side, back to Ellenhausen. Quick pass now, a turnaround jumper by Williams. And Williams hitting deadly from about 8 feet out the right of that basket, and Williams with 16 points. He just doesn't miss that turnaround. Oh, he does not. Better than a 50% shooter, and most of them taken from there. Johnson drills the baseline, change the pace, and goes in for an easy layup. I think he's surprised, too, the defenders down there of the Buckeyes. He's got 19. 71-68, Michigan State leads. 3 minutes remaining in overtime. Ellenhauser in the lane. Called for traveling. He put a fake on Vincent and then started to drive in the lane and called for traveling. 3 minutes to go. Turnover by the Buckeyes. And Michigan State will put it in play on the near side of the court. In the back court. Donnelly with an inbound pass. Press put on by Ohio State on Johnson by Marcus Miller. Johnson has the ball, moves up now to midcourt and gets into the forecourt on the right side, on the far side of the court. He and Vincent play catch. Magic now dribbles left. Comes to the left of the circle. Moves Donnelly off of the ball. Now to Kelser on the left, right back to Johnson. Johnson the first dribble. And an offensive foul. As Miller did one of the great acting jobs. Johnson faked him as he changed the pace and reversed the dribble. Miller stepped in, but Johnson was called for the offensive foul. Third foul on Johnson. It certainly did. Ransey trying to get around Donnelly. Puts up the shot. Won't go. Fights for the rebound. Donnelly comes down. Foul, however, on the play as Ellenhauser picks up the foul. Ellenhauser gets the foul. His second personal. Kelser had possession underneath. And Ellenhauser coming in there and rode the back. Position and possession, I do believe you'd call. 2:29 to go in the overtime. Kelser in there with 19 points, steps to the free throw line. Studies it, puts the shot up. Good. He's got 20 points. Now he's got 20, make it 21. 73-68. 2:28 to go in first overtime here with Michigan State leading. Baseline drive, wants to draw the foul from Kelser, doesn't get it, comes back out with a pass. Ransey on the right side now. Pulls up, looking for somebody open. Ellenhauser back to Ransey. Ransey puts it up about a 16-footer, good from the right corner. And man, he doesn't use any of that steel on that rim at all. He's got 18 points. Beautiful, pure shooter. 2 minutes to go in the first overtime. Michigan State leads by 3, 73-70. Irvin Johnson to Kelser. Takes a handoff, blocked by Kelser. Almost knocked down, no whistle sounds. And it's Johnson, left side now. Dribbling the top of the key. Passes to Donnelly. Back to Johnson on the right side. Guarded by Marcus Miller. Johnson, right side. Heads for the corner, pulls up and comes back out to Berkovich. Berkovich down the lane. Decides he won't take it. Comes right back out in the old deliberate style now by Michigan State. To Donnelly, to Johnson. 1:28 to go. Johnson, this time, does not get the acting performance from Marcus Miller. Almost the identical play we had a minute ago. The last time Miller was called, Johnson was called for an offensive foul. This time Miller is called and picks up his second personal. And a shot by Johnson is good. Johnson hits again. 75-70, Michigan State in this overtime with 1:27 to go. Left side, baseline drive, pulls up, puts a shot over Vincent, misses everything. Johnson comes down with the rebound, but Ellenhausen fouls Johnson, and Johnson will go to the free throw line again on a bonus arrangement. Ellenhausen picks up his third personal foul. He sat out 14 minutes. Johnson hits on it. First one, he'll take the bonus shot. Lead 76-70. The shot is up on the bonus. It is good. 77-70, 116. Hands have come alive. Klein puts up a 15-footer. Won't do it. Williams with the rebound. Puts up a shot. No good. Hall puts up the second attempt. It is no good. Whistle sounds underneath, and Irvin Johnson picks up his fourth personal foul. But it'll be Hall going to the free throw line with 1:05 to go. Michigan State leading 77-70. Will have a bonus arrangement, and it's on this one anyway as Hall steps in. The shooting one, wasn't it? That'd be my guess. Yeah, it's a two-shot foul. There you go. Hall will get two. Here's his first one. No good. With 1:05 to go. The Buckeyes, Tony Hall will take the second shot. No go. Rebounded by Williams in the lane. Has the ball stolen by Donnelly. Tied up in there, but he gets the ball away. Throws it to Berkovich. Berkovich waits. Stuck it in. 79-70. 54 seconds to go. And Berkovich is called for the foul on Ransey. The score is 79-70. Berkovich picks up, however, his third foul. But just moments ago, it was he at the style of stuffing the basket. Said his coach is asking for a timeout there. The Spartans will call a timeout. And pandemonium is broken out here because overtime. Michigan State 9 for 9 at the stripe. As Ransey misses a shot, 8 for 8 on the front end of the bonus, Ray. Ransey 1 for 2 as he hits on the second shot, 79-71. Press put on by Ohio State. Berkovich into the fourth court. We're down to 42 seconds, and a foul is called on Tony Hall, reaching in from behind and hacking on Berkovich, and Berkovich will go to the line. First foul on Hall. First overtime, and Michigan State leading 79-71. Berkovich hits on the free throw. He'll take the bonus shot. Here it is. It's good. 81-71. 40 seconds remaining. Ransey comes down, drives the lane from the right side, puts up the shot, no good. Loose ball, a scramble for the rebound. Williams underneath, and he stumps it, and he had Ellenhauser riding his back. 81-73. Press put on, and Johnson dribbles it off his foot as he was double-teamed, and so Ohio State will put it in play in the forecourt with 26 seconds remaining. Michigan State leading 81-73. I got to bet that'll be Ransey trying to put a shot up. He does. And it's good. A 16-footer from the right side. And Ransey and Ohio State will call timeout with 21 seconds remaining and trailing by 6 points, 81-75. The University of Kansas will move in for a matinee ball game on Sunday afternoon against Michigan State, and we'll be on the air with that one. We hope that you'll join us. We've got to finish this one off first as Michigan State puts the ball in play. Johnson comes down. We get a whistle, and a foul is going to be called on Ellenhausen as he fouls Vincent down the forecourt. And they ripped off 4 quick points. They were down. I was trying to find it in the notes because I don't know the exact details, but they were behind Indiana something like 13 points with about 4 minutes to go and won it. And then down by 9 with 2 minutes to go and came through. You're right. There's a shot. It is good. He's got 19. 83-75, Michigan State, inbound pass, 17 seconds. Ransey comes down the right side, puts up the shot, and a foul is going to be called on Irvin Johnson, blocking the way, and Johnson has fouled out his 5th foul with 14 seconds remaining in the first overtime, and I think the only overtime tonight, 83-75. Listen to the hand of these fans for Irvin Johnson. Ransey now with 22 points. And that's just about his average per game, 22.2. Puts up the second one. It is good. Make it 83-77. Pass comes to Charles. He comes in the lineup for Johnson. To Donnelly. 7 seconds remaining. The foul is called on Tony Hall. And Donnelly will go to the line. Good defensive game for Michigan State tonight. Was not in the starting lineup when this game got underway. Donnelly at the line. Takes the first one. It is up. It is good. The shot is up and is no good. Rebounded by Williams. 84-77, 5 seconds remaining. Ransey drives the lane, puts it up. It is good. 1 second. Time has run out. The ball game is over, and the Spartans in overtime have beaten the Buckeyes 84-79 as the Spartans run the record to 5-4. The Buckeyes now taking their first loss, staying on top though with a record of 8 wins and 1 loss in Big Ten play. And we'll be back to wrap it up. But first, to remind you, this is the Michigan State basketball.